Hi. The General Council of the Swedenborgian Church of North America just approved our budget for 2021. We thought you would find it interesting to know how our denomination determines where the funding is allocated when we ask for donations this year. I'm Reverend Jane Siebert, current president, and I want you to know that we use your financial gifts carefully. General Council is comprised of 4 elected executive officers, the chair of the Council of Ministers, and 9 elected members from around the US and Canada, 3 of which are ordained clergy. Each member can serve 2 3-year terms. Please join your General Council in giving to the Swedenborgian Church of North America to serve our ministries and through them the world beyond. Here are your members of General Council, except for Susan Hulcher from Western Canada, who is helping others today to get through this time of COVID.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Lindsay from the Pacific Coast Association, and I have now been convention's treasurer for just over 3 years. And it has been quite a learning curve. Due to a large amount of giving over decades and generations, we have a variety of funds set up with different requirements, and my work is to keep them all straight and honor the wishes of those who have donated in the past and present. If you look at our budget, 32% of it goes to helping our ministries with things such as assistance for ministers' salaries, funding for mission churches, and grants for new initiatives.
I'd like to attest to the value of support for ministers' salaries. I'm Barbara Holly, a member of General Council from the Illinois Association. The LaPorte New Church received augmentation funding for our ministers for many years, but we've worked hard on our stewardship awareness with our members and friends and turned it around from us receiving augmentation to our donating a gift of gratitude of more than $22,000 to convention in the last 14 years.
I'm Carl Helm from the Kansas Association. I am in my second 3-year term of General Council. One of my responsibilities is oversight of the central office, which receives 12% of the budget. We pay for 2 part-time employees as well as the cost associated with running a central office. We recently hired Brittany Price as our operations manager, and Gina Parachi has been our account manager for the last 17 years. Central office facilitates communication between churches, keeps records, handles bookkeeping, and helps put on the annual convention.
Hi, I'm Kurt Fekete from the Michigan Association. I'm the newly appointed vice president, and I also serve as youth director, which is my real calling. 8% of the annual budget goes to work with teens and my salary. I create and deliver classes and programs for youth all over the country and Canada. Today's youth face a confusing, challenging, and often scary world, and I help them navigate these troubling times.
The work of the secretary of our denomination keeps me busy. Hi, I'm Karen Conger from the Pacific Coast Association. Our president is the only full-time employee of the denomination, and it is definitely a full-time job. We other 3 officers are volunteers with a $4,000 annual honorarium. The executive committee meets virtually at least monthly to oversee the denomination and support our ministries. Of course, now that is all on Zoom. This represents 8% of our budget when we can travel to convention and other meetings.
Hi, I'm the Reverend Jenny Coffman. I'm a member at large as I serve a United Methodist Church in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. As a volunteer member of General Council, I very much appreciate that my expenses are paid to attend convention when we get to meet face-to-face. 6% of our budget helps pay the expenses for our annual convention to keep costs down for everyone. There are also special scholarships for children and a program developed just for them. This has become very popular, and we feel that this is very important for the future of our church.
Hi, everyone. I'm Beki Greenwood, and I'm a member of the Massachusetts New Church Union and the editor of The Messenger. I'm here to let you know that 6% of our annual budget goes towards supporting The Messenger, which includes the part-time salary for editorial staff, operating costs, and keeping the cost of receiving a Messenger subscription at a low subsidized rate, and it's free online. With your continued support, we can keep providing an informational, educational, and recreational publication to anyone who wants to read more about the Swedenborgian faith and traditions anywhere in the world.
Hi, I'm Lon Elmer from the Church of the Holy City in Wilmington, Delaware. Did you know that most of the ministers serving in our churches are part-time? Yet they, like our full-time ministers, deserve a retirement pension. That's why we dedicate 5% of our annual budget to them. 5% may not sound like a lot, but to the retired ministers who have served us in our churches and often continue to serve in less demanding ways, that 5% means everything.
Hello, I'm Reverend Susannah Currie, and I serve in the Bridgewater Church, and I'm a member of the Massachusetts New Church Union, and also serve as chair of the Council of Ministers. And I'd like you to know that the Council of Ministers receives 5% of the annual budget. It mostly goes to the Committee on Admission into the Ministry, which is how we vet and encourage young people or career change people who are moving into ministry, and we guide them on that path. It also provides a salary for the chair of the council as well as the chair of the Committee on Admission into the Ministry, and convention costs for ministers to attend when we meet in person. We also supply money for delegates to represent us at the National Council of Churches, and we depend on your support.
Hi, I'm the Reverend Tom Muller, Senior Editor of Our Daily Bread. 4% of the budget has been allocated for Our Daily Bread, and we continue to connect people within convention as well as introducing folks to the life of our denomination.
My name is Reverend Betsy Coffman from the Ohio Association, and I get to tell you about the virtual ministry Swedenborgian Community Online. This is led by Reverend Corey Bradford Watts, to which we budget 3% annually for Corey's part-time salary and equipment. This is an online-based community focused on developing connections and uplifting one another. Connect with them at swedenborgiancommunity.org to learn more about their online conversations, their messages, small groups, and to get further connected with the Swedenborgian community at large.
Hi, I'm Stan Conger, and I'm also in my second 3-year term on General Council. I'm a member of the Pacific Coast Association. General Council is an all-volunteer group requiring just 1% of the budget. We have a 2-day meeting in the fall to set the budget and to consider the needs of our ministries. This year, we Zoomed for 4 hours on Friday and almost 4 hours on Saturday. That's a lot of Zooming. I'll be glad when we get back together to discuss the many issues in person. We generally have at least one conference call in the spring, and then we all gather together for pre-convention and post-convention meetings.